According to the Immigration Act BE 2522, which states that if a person is prohibited to enter the Kingdom of Thailand, the Immigration Bureau has the authority to detain them pending deportation from the Kingdom. The Immigration Bureau has constructed alien detention centres in both Central and the provinces to keep such persons. In Central, the detention centre is under the responsibility of the Investigation Division, and in the provinces, the responsibility for the detention centres is spread around the country to about 12 locations. In the past, the detention centre was in a small section-level department called the Prohibit Section. It was under Subdivision 2 of the Immigration Department. In 2009, the investigation unit was upgraded to be the Investigation Division by the Royal Thai Police, and the Immigration Detention Centre became the responsibility of Subdivision 3, the Investigation Division, Immigration Bureau. This is still the case. Subdivision 3, the Investigation Division of the Immigration Bureau, is divided into three main sections. Section 1, Prohibit Section. The Prohibit Section's main duty is being responsible for illegal aliens. Illegal aliens are those aliens who have prohibited characteristics or whose permission to enter the Kingdom of Thailand has been withdrawn under the Immigration Act, including those who perform illegal crimes against women and children as victims of human trafficking, resulting in criminal prosecution. After such prosecution, the next process is sending those aliens out of the kingdom back to their countries of origin. Section 2, Deportation Section. The Deportation Section is responsible for taking aliens into custody before sending them out of the kingdom. This section is also responsible for providing security for all the offices used by the Immigration Bureau. Section 3, Detention Centre Section. The Detention Centre Section is responsible for detaining those aliens who have already completed their case procedure from their local police station or any immigration checkpoint in order to deport them back to their country of origin. It is also responsible for detaining illegal alien offenders or detainees who can't pay their penalties. They are responsible for interviewing and identifying the victims of human trafficking and ensure the detention rooms and interviews are conducted properly and peacefully. Central Immigration Detention Centre comprises of an area of about 1,660 square metres, housing 3 main buildings and 16 detention rooms. By international standards, the area should detain not more than 1,185 persons. The Immigration Detention Centre performance currently follows the principles of the 3 S's strategy of the Immigration Bureau: security, services and standards. The first S, security, is what we do when a prohibited alien enters the kingdom. Firstly, we establish whether the alien is the victim of human trafficking or not by way of interview by police officer. If the alien is confirmed as a victim, they will be transferred to the recovery processing section. However, if the alien is found not to be a victim, they will be transferred to the legal processing section. Secondly, after the circumstances of the alien is established, they are given a physical and psychological checkup, and their personal records are checked, and they are notified of their rights. Thirdly, they are detained to await deportation. Lastly, the deportation is arranged by car for 3 cases of nationalities: Cambodia, which is done via Sigeao checkpoint, Laos, which is done via Ubon Ratchathani checkpoint, and Myanmar, which is done via Tak and Chiang Rai checkpoints. All other nationalities are deported via Suvarnabhumi Airport. The second S is services, such as to organize activities for detainees to enhance their living conditions during their stay. For example, we provide sport and recreation, religious activities, medical services and public health, haircutting, suitable food for minorities such as halal and vegetarian food, daycare center for infants and juveniles whose family members are detained. The third S is standards, of which there are many. The first of these is legal standard. The Immigration Bureau, governed by the Thai Constitution, BE 2550, Section 5, recognizes that human dignity and equality of rights for all individuals should be protected, and under Section 32, a person should have the rights to freedom of body and soul, and all prisoners should be provided with the minimum standards of treatment as recognized in the principles of international law, certified by the first United Nations Conference in Geneva on the prevention of crime and treatment of offenders. The Immigration Department registers all aliens into their computerized information system, along with all their background information, to allow them to carry out risk analysis on each individual to assess national security risks. The third of these is the standard of hygiene and environment. The immigration centres are constantly improving the centre's drainage and sewerage system to ensure a hygienic environment for all the detainees. Finally, the Immigration Department follows the principles of good governance. We allow organisations both within and outside the country, from both public and private sector, to monitor our achievements in providing transparency. These organisations, such as Thai government agencies, along with organisations such as the National Human Rights Commission of Thailand, the United Nations High Commission for Refugees, and foreign embassies and other persons representing foreign governments, work closely with the Immigration Department. Currently, there are 12 NGOs conducting activities at the Immigration Centre. It is expected in the future that the amount of detainees will increase due to the government's policy to employ more migrant labour from neighbouring countries such as Cambodia, Laos and Myanmar. This will also increase the illegal migration, as it is easy to cross the borders into Thailand. Some aliens currently use Thailand as a transit country to get to a third country for refugee status, and they are processed by submitting an application to the United Nations High Commission for Refugees in Bangkok. As it can take a long time to receive approval, their visa will have expired and their immigration status will be seen as an illegal alien because Thailand has not ratified the Convention on the Status of Refugees from 1951. The Immigration Bureau has an idea to develop more efficiency with regards to the detention and solve problems of density for aliens pending deportation by spreading the number of aliens to the provincial detention centres around the 12 locations, but still keeping immigration services to an international standard. Moreover, we are trying to get cooperation from relevant agencies to strictly enforce the law against illegal migrants trying to use this country as a means to enter a third country. The Thai Immigration Bureau intend to keep the 3 S's strategy to enhance the performance for better national security and service while maintaining an international standard. The goal is to preserve Thailand as an economic leader and central player within ASEAN and welcome good immigrants to remain in Thailand and continue to form a peaceful society together with the Thais.